Inspiring You Show. If we ever met, I'm Henry. So, my friends, we are going to talk about discovering your 2025 defining power positive anchor intention word or words. So, we'll be exploring tools, insights, and inspirations to help you align with your highest potential. And we're going to be diving into a powerful way to start 2025 with intention, clarity, and inspiring purpose by discovering your defining power positive intention word or words for the year. So, what am I talking about here? Why a defining word matters. So, let's just start with the idea of a defining word. You might have heard it called a word of the year, or theme word, or intention word. And so all those things do apply. Think of it as a theme word that guides you through the year, a word that becomes your anchor when life gets busy, uncertain, or overwhelming, challenging, or you need a little hype, or you need a little support, you need a little spring, you need a little just uplifting. This isn't just about like setting resolutions or goals. Though those can be part of it. It's about connecting with a deeper intention that aligns with the person you want to become and the life you are co-creating with the universe. It's about being the author of your own story. So I'll ask you this, my friends. You are an empowered creator. You are co-creating with the universe. But are you actually holding the pen of your life? Or are you letting someone else write your story? It can be really easy to let others lead us, but when we do, we may lose sight of who we truly are and what we're capable of becoming. Or we can become really frustrated that we're not being seen and heard, or we can feel really just all kinds of different ways, maybe boxed in a way. So I really want to encourage you this year, my friends. Let's take back the pen and rewrite our stories with courage, joy, inspiration, love, care, abundance, prosperity, and inspiring intention. So for me, the idea of a defining power positive anchor intention word came back in 2016. So I was still working somewhat in television. And if you don't know, if you're new to me, I was a executive producer, a producer for many, many years in documentary and reality TV. And so more than 20 years. And so at the end, though, I ended up having work PTSD. And so in 2016, it was a challenging time for many reasons. I was being called to career transition, which I had understood for a couple years, but understanding that you're going to be career transition in terms of intuition and knowingness, and then that moment coming, you have to work with the human. And so there was a lot of like, what do you mean I'm career transitioning? What does this mean? What is my life going to look like? But I also had work PTSD and a lot of other things that, I was then in the process of healing. So it was a challenging time. There was a moment in probably the latter part of 2016, then it got really just dark. I can remember a moment probably, I don't know if it was in the summer or if it was in the fall because it's kind of hazy, but I just remember really just a dark moment where it just felt so incredibly just hopeless and just exhausting. It might have been in the beginning of the summer. That's neither here nor there. And so I remember though I was, having a moment just praying and talking to my guides and Jesus has been one of my guides since I was a child. And he came in and he said, why don't you choose a word to support you, to anchor you, to help uplift you? And I was like, what do you mean? And, words can have energy vibrations. And so he's like, choose a word. And most of my life, I had been incredibly optimistic. I've always been a very optimistic person. And this time in my life in 2016, during the summer, it just was getting extremely dark and bleak with the work PTSD and just where I was in life. And so I felt really like a sense of hopelessness, which was so new. I'd never felt that before in my life because I had always been very optimistic, very hopeful. And so I then, when Jesus, explained to me the intention word, a power positive intention word to anchor you, to support you, uplifting, and from a low vibration into a higher vibration, I then was like, okay, the word that came into mind was hope. Hope was my first defining power positive anchor intention word. And y'all, hope really just got me through where there were just moments when I felt like I was in the ocean bobbing around, and it was the darkened seas where I couldn't see land or light and didn't quite know where I was going, and it felt very turbulent in regard to the currents and where I was. And so I Reiki'd the word hope. And so I would just really say hope, hope, hope. And I could feel the Reiki moving through me. And I could feel then the energy vibration of the word helping to anchor and uplift me from that space, into the light per se. And it was sort of like a lighthouse, if you will, a lighthouse leading me, into the light and guiding me back into groundedness of the land. And so it just was a really powerful experience for me. And since then, I have every year I've made it a practice of choosing a word or words, and and it has really, really supported me. And I do a whole meditation, I journal, I reflect on the previous year, and it's become part of one of the most supportive tools for me. And because I also realized, when I was going through that real challenging time, I was having a hard time just even saying full sentences of affirmations or intentions, or I could do chanting if it was like one word. I couldn't do long chants. And it just was the space that I was in. And so one word was very doable for me, and it wasn't overwhelming. And I could chant that word in meditation. I could allow it to support me, and it just really, really, really helped to uplift and re-anchor into groundedness and alignment, and bringing in that higher light energy. And so I've really seen it become like a powerful just tool in my own life. And since then, in regard to, working with people in my private practice, and then also in my classes, I always talk about it, and it's part of our intention setting as well. So last year, for 2024, when I was meditating at the end of 2023 for my word coming into 2024, the word came in unstoppable. And I was so excited for the word unstoppable. I was like, this is amazing. Unstoppable. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all, you know, I love how I just love my human enthusiasm. I have this cheerleader aspect of me that I really love, and she was just on fire with that unstoppable, like, "This is so exciting. Yes." And what I realized, like, halfway, not even halfway through the year, probably maybe in, like, May of last year, I realized that unstoppable was really about, because 2024, from like cosmic energies, things going on in the collective, things like that. I realized, because I'm an intuitive empath, and I'm highly sensitive to energies and things like that. I realized that the word unstoppable really ended up helping me um uplift and continue some of the inspiring momentum that I was being called for, because there were moments in 2024 where I was like, whoa, I'm not even sure I can move today. I don't think I can. And I cannot move today. But then all of a sudden I would hear my word unstoppable. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. Human, We can do this. And you do have to discern between, when you're being called to rest and replenish versus when it's actually beneficial to be in motion and momentum and to be in that. And I was being called to be an inspiring action. And there actually, when I started doing live streams on YouTube last year in 2024, oh my God, y'all. Like it was I had so many audio problems and just tech problems, which I come from working in television. So it's like I am used to problem solving in that arena, but yet I had so many challenges and I definitely had moments where I wanted to quit YouTube. I'm like, "Ugh, YouTube. So much more challenging than when I'm going on my recording for my podcasts or when I'm recording for when I'm doing live streams on, social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. I don't know what it is about that YouTube. And I remember my guides came in one moment when I was like, "Oh, I think I'm just done with YouTube." And my guides came in, actually it was Jesus that came in and he's like, "So that's what," and it was in January. It was January 2024, and so Jesus came in, and it was, like, probably mid-January or something, and, Jesus is like, "So is that what's gonna stop you? Some tech problems and live streaming? So that's gonna stop you. So you're not really unstoppable. The the small, minute tech problems that you're having on live streaming for YouTube is going to stop you from doing it." And it was such a moment for me, like, got what you mean. And it was like, "Oh, wow, wow. I just got called on that." And yeah. And so I rolled up my sleeves and I continued working with the challenges. And even though like it persisted for quite a bit, I mean, for some months, if you look at some of my earlier YouTube stuff from 2024, you'll hear me talking about it. I mean, it was really challenging. But I kept showing up. I kept showing up because, 1, my guides had that talk with me, and, I kept using unstoppable, unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm not gonna let this tech glitch of this live stream of what just happened, really just, stop me from figuring it out and showing up here. Because at the end, what's ended up happening on, all the platforms, but I'm specifically speaking because I had so many challenges to YouTube, that the community is just so incredibly welcoming, and I've really enjoyed connecting and conversing and receiving comments and sharing back, and it's just been such a lovely community to add on to my space, so why wouldn't I? And so why would I let some tech glitches stop me from just connecting to this amazing community, right? But, early on, it just seemed like it was this big mountain that I was climbing and just like, "Oh my gosh, not sure." And then the cosmic energies were really intense, and so it felt really just difficult. But the word unstoppable really helped me penetrate even though it felt difficult. It felt hard. I mean, it felt like sometimes I was climbing Everest, y'all. Like I was doing my proverbial climbing of Everest. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this year. I was so excited coming into 2024 and wowzers. But that's where we're here to learn, grow, and evolve and not ditto it from the day before or the year before. And in our like excitement and joy of creation, we have to step into the moment of the present to see what it is, not how we wanted it to be or thought it would be. And so that word unstoppable last year really got me through. And another thing that I do with my power positive intention word is I create a Spotify playlist with the word. I also Reiki the word. I Reiki the word. And then so that way, anytime I use the word or think about the word, I'm receiving Reiki boosts, and then I'm also receiving the beneficial energies of the word to support me in whatever I need help with for my highest good. And then an added layer to help me, I create a Spotify playlist based on the themes of the word or words. And so I will then just pick out songs that really match the energy of that word or words, and then I Reiki the entire playlist so that anytime I'm listening to it, and that I'm receiving Reiki, I'm also connecting to my power positive words, and then the music is also another added layer of supporting me, and it's just really great. And of course, last year, I mean, one of my first songs and my for being unstoppable was Unstoppable by Sia. So that just really helped me. And what was awesome was when Spotify does their closing out every year, I got to see how much I actually use my power positive intention playlist, and I used it a lot. It was my all my songs were from that. And then also I invite people to follow the playlist if they want. And then if they want to receive Reiki, they can. And it was really cool because I received several messages from friends, clients, people that are in my classes, that they also, when Spotify was doing the wrap out, that it was from that playlist from Unstoppable, that it was most listened to songs. And so that's really cool because, other people, if they want to receive Reiki from that, because it's a Reiki playlist, they can receive Reiki anytime they want to receive it and listen to the music and also connect to that word unstoppable or their own power positive words. So let's talk more about what really is then the defining word and how you go about choosing it. I did create a 24-page PDF that I sent out to the people that are in my paid Patreon to support, but I really wanted to do a focused episode on just talking about it because I want to encourage people to not only set intentions, but also to really think about the energy theme that they're going into this year. If you do meditation, you can connect into asking your higher self, your future self, download me the wisdom of what I need to support for my highest good. That's what I did. And then the word unstoppable came in, but of course that, when I came in 2023, the end of 2023, I was so excited because I was thinking, and a human component, like, oh yeah, like it fired me up, and not realizing that, wow, 2024, may be a challenging year. And it's going to actually really help me to continue to uplift even within challenges. So I really want to encourage you to think about this and to possibly, discover your own 2025 defining power positive anchor intention word or words. Okay, so the power of reflection. So, to discover your defining power positive anchor intention word or words for 2025, start by reflecting on the year we've just had in 2024. Reflection is an essential step. We're here to learn, grow, and evolve. So, are you learning from your past history? Are you learning in terms of what's happening in regard to your evolution of your growth? What is your self realization process? And I know it can be really challenging in times, or you can get really busy and it's like I don't have time, but even carving out 5 minutes for reflection work can really support. It's how we also honor the lessons and download the wisdom that we've learned. And it gives us opportunity to celebrate our achievements. Like, I feel like my achievement of not quitting on doing live streaming for YouTube, even though I had challenges, like, I feel really great about that. I'm really proud of myself for not quitting. And here I am, gave YouTube another opportunity again and again. And now, like I mentioned, it's just been a lovely community to to um to you know send messages with and to receive comments. Like, I just feel like it's a really beautiful community and I really feel honored to be a part of it. And I'm just so grateful that I didn't quit. So, really celebrating our achievements and then also recognizing areas that we want to grow. So, areas that we want to grow. So, here are some questions to guide your reflection, your self realization work. What were the highlights of 2024? So, what were the highlights of 2024 for you? What moments brought you joy, pride, inspiration, fulfillment? So, what were the highlights of 2024? What moments brought you joy, excitement, inspiration, abundance, pride, fulfillment? So, take time to answer that question. And then also, what challenges? The next question is, what challenges did you face? And with that, you wanna incorporate then, how did you grow through them? So what challenges did you face and how did you grow through them? So I gave the example of when I started live streaming last year, in 2024, early 2024 with YouTube, there's tons of tech problems. Y'all, I wanted to quit. So then I used the word unstoppable to help me not quit. And so then that was the challenge I faced, that I had all kinds of tech issues that I really didn't understand regarding live streaming. Because even though I come from TV and a production world, live streaming has been something that's been newer to me to also understand and get used to. And so I had to then really grow through the challenges. And I did a ton of research and all kinds of things, and just looked at different platforms that would be beneficial to live stream on, etc. And so I then understand how I grew through the challenges, and like not only the wisdom I have for the tech, but also just the wisdom that I didn't quit and give up. And then in growing through them, I now have this incredible, beautiful community on YouTube, and I just feel really grateful. And so what challenges did you face? What is the wisdom? How did you grow through them? What tools did you use? For me, not only with Unstoppable, my power positive word Unstoppable last year, it gave me also the strength for perseverance. The strength for perseverance, it gave me also, it helped me uplift into like, okay, the can do attitude, even when I didn't understand and it felt murky and I didn't have clarity on like, how can this work? It really helped me shift into that growth wise mindset of can do, to allow me to be open to the possibilities, to receive information, to continue moving forward in terms of the problem solving. So what challenges did you face and then how did you grow through them? Then the next question is, what do you want to leave behind in 2024? And that really means like, what do you feel like you're complete with? What do you feel like you're complete with? And then once you understand that you're complete with it, then you're blessing the situation. Like, thank you so much for that experience and I'm complete with it. And then also then you're allowing yourself to shift into 2025 and having that blank canvas. It doesn't mean things won't be carried over into 2025, but there's some things that might be just finished, completed. And then that's also different than the next question with that is, what no longer supports you, or what do you want to release from 2024 or any other timeline year that you may have that maybe still be carrying over, or it could be from maternal and paternal lineages, ancestral energy field. It could be from past lives. What is it that you want to release from? So those are different ways to look at it, where what are you complete with? And then you might have things that you need to release in regard to some of the energies. There might be some non-beneficial relationship residues. There could be just non-beneficial cords as well, things like that. And so that's where doing energy work can really support you in terms of the clearing, to allow yourself the open space to shifting into the new possibilities. And then The next journal question is, what do you want to carry forward into 2025? What do you want to carry forward into 2025? And then with that question, part of it is also what's worth nurturing and expanding. What's worth nurturing and expanding? So, what do you want to carry forward into 2025? What's worth nurturing and expanding? And then the next question would be, what do you want to call in 2025? And so that could be something different than previous years. So, what do you want to call in? It could be similar, but what do you want to call in 2025? So, really taking time to do that. And then when you take time to journal and answer these questions, try to be as, reflective as you can be, compassionate, leaning into that loving kindness, open mind, curiosity with yourself. This reflection is really a gift you're giving yourself. This reflection is a gift you're giving yourself. And then the next part of this is really choosing your defining word or words. So once you've reflected in 2024, it's time to look ahead to 2025. So then asking yourself, how do I want to feel in 2025? What do I want to accomplish and what excites me? What qualities do I want to embody? Who do I want to become? So, how do I want to feel in 2025? What do I want to accomplish? What excites me? What qualities do I want to embody? Who do I want to become? So then, as you are exploring these questions, certain words may start to stand out. And these could be words like courage, abundance, connection, peace, joy. My first power positive word was hope. Maybe it's a word that reflects how you want to grow, like empowerment, resilience, or perhaps it's a word that inspires you, like adventure or joy or playfulness. If you're unsure, don't worry. Just give it time. Let yourself do the reflections, do an energy healing meditation to clear anything that's blocking, ask for the wisdom. And sometimes, just even going to bed and getting a night of sleep, you can wake up in clarity and the word may be downloaded to you. So also, who knows, maybe you'll pick up a book or even see like a billboard as you're driving, and there could be words that can spark inspiration. Just be open to the possibility, allowing the word or words to come to you. You can choose more than one word. Normally in prior years, I've only chosen only one words come in, but this year I was really surprised. Two words came in, and my two words for 2025 are light and thriving. So the word light really has to do with authentic self and allowing the authentic self light to just shine through. And with, love, kindness, compassion, allowing that authentic light to shine through. So light. And then my other word is thriving, really shifting from surviving to thriving. There's some aspects in my maternal and paternal lineages, my ancestral energy field, where last year I was doing a lot of working with my ancestors, and they were just aspects where they experienced depression, and they lived through they lived through the depression times, and different aspects of war and things like that, where it just caused a lot of surviving. And so there was a lot of surviving that was this cycle of pattern that was handed down through the generations. And even though a lot of my life has been lived in somewhat different aspects than from my ancestors, there's still elements that I can feel sometimes I get caught in, and I'm like, oh, this feels like surviving energy. And so really supporting then, not only my individual energy field, but also my support with the ancestors to honor that, and just really claiming and asking, then standing in that space to clear surviving and shifting into thriving. And with this, we're really clearing out old earth in a greater way. Also, you could look at it, clearing out the patriarchy, clearing out these old timelines, which a lot of these old timelines, they have this survival level of patterns and programs and cycles. And so, hold on one second. Okay, I'm okay. If you've been following me the last hold on. Okay, sorry about that. If you've been following me, I'm still recovering and healing from a chest cold that I got in the end of December. Y'all, I'm so much better. Woo! I tell you, the body is so amazing and infinitely intelligent, and I had not been like sick in like first of all, last year I was not sick at all until the end of the year, but I hadn't been sick like that in like years. And so it was a really remarkable experience going through it and just being like, wow, the body's just it just knows, like it's just doing its thing, knowing what to do, and you're supporting it along the way, doing all the things. Um but I just had a whole nother just wave of gratitude for the infinite intelligence of the body. There's also the energy, one of the energy themes of this month is there is an upgrade for the body, for the human, and which is also interesting because I just was working with one of somebody a couple times a month. I get a clearing from my one of my dowsing energy master teachers, and I was doing a session with him, and he said he's like yeah, the body, when I was talking about the chest goals, he's like, yeah, the body's getting an upgrade. And so I was like, yeah, that's what the information I got too. But it doesn't mean that you're not still going through the process of it. And so basically, there's just a huge clearing, which I will talk about in another episode. All right, so let's stay on point though with the defining power positive word. So, the defining power positive word. So, you just, being inspired to choose your word. And inspiration could be one of them too. And being inspired, that could be one of them. But like I said, this year two words came in, light and thriving, and I did create a Spotify Reiki playlist, called Light and Thriving. And I will put it in the show notes because if anybody's interested in, following along on that playlist and letting yourself also receive the Reiki if you wish to, because anyone can receive the Reiki. I set the intention that if anybody listens to the playlist and they want to receive Reiki, they can just say yes for their highest good to receive Reiki. And then also allowing the music to support them as well, and the words if you wish to. So I'll put that link of my Spotify playlist in the show notes as well. So if you do this and you're not sure right away though about your word, it is okay. Allow it just to marinate and come to you. Don't force it. You might have to work with it a couple days before the word shows up. And so that could be because there's a greater clearing going on. You might be clearing out 2024 or previous years. And so the word might not be able to come fully until the previous years are cleared. And then I do, like I mentioned about, I Reiki my power positive anchor word because I'm all about layering tools. It's something that the guides often talk to me about. And so a Reiki infused power positive defining anchor intention word can support you and then anchor you throughout the year. And by anchoring, I really mean it supports you in regrounding, realigning, shifting from lower vibration to higher vibration. And if you are new to Reiki, Reiki is a form of energy healing that works to balance and align your energy field. And so when you use a word, when your word then is infused with Reiki, it becomes energetically, beneficially in the higher light vibration with support, alignment, and empowerment. So it's energetically infused with this higher light vibration to support bringing in alignment, groundedness, and support you for your highest good. That's the intentions too that I always set, for the highest good with ease and grace. And so the breakdown of how it works is energetic amplification. So words can have energy vibrations to them. And so then, adding on Reiki, it's another layer of energetic amplification. So Reiki enhances the vibration of your chosen word, amplifying its energy and aligning it with your highest good. So each time you focus on or use your word, you then tap into this enhanced light energy. And then anchoring in mindfulness. Your Reiki word acts as a grounding anchor. Whenever life feels chaotic or overwhelming, returning to your word helps center and calm your energy. It sort of supports your nervous system to reset. and then offers continuous support. With Reiki infused into your word, it becomes a source of ongoing support. It's like having a built-in energetic boost every time you reflect on or embody your intention. And then it brings empowered action. Using your Reiki word regularly helps you take aligned, intentional, inspiring actions, empowering you to move forward with clarity and confidence. So I already gave you examples from my own life, how it helped me out when my word back in 2016. I think my word was hope in 2017 too. I think I used hope for a couple years, how it really helped me. And then last year, my word unstoppable. So think of your power positive defining anchor intention word as a lighthouse guiding you through the year, always there to illuminate your path and remind you of your inspiring purpose and to support you. So I really hope that you take the time to do this and use an intention word, because it has really been, one of the life-changing tools that has supported me. And if you do this, I would love to know what your word is. So put it in the comment section. And if you want your word to be Reiki'd, just say your word and then just ask for it to be Reiki'd, and I will send Reiki to your word if you wish to receive it to support you throughout the year. So, with that, my friends, let's just take a moment right now before we go. I'm going to finish up, but let's take a moment to connect into our breath. Take a nice deep breath, close your eyes, lower your gaze. Take a nice deep breath. Wherever you are, pause and take another deep breath in. Feel the possibilities of the new year ahead. Breathe in again. And then exhale, let go of anything you're ready to let go of. Do another breath in, another breath out. Breathing in life force energy, breathing out what no longer supports you. We're going to invite Reiki energy healing in, asking that Reiki send to anybody who wishes to receive it for the highest good. If you wish to receive Reiki, say, yes, I'd like to receive Reiki for my highest good. All right, take another deep breath. All right, open your eyes and welcome back, my friends. All right. So, this practice of reflection and intention is not just a ritual for the start of the year, it's a way of living mindfully, staying present to your own growth and evolution. And when you choose your word, you're choosing yourself. You're choosing to believe in your potential and to create a life that feels meaningful and authentic. So, my friends, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are ready to discover your defining power positive intention anchor word for 2025, use the info in this podcast. Or if you want more support, if you are a paid Patreon member or you want to become one, there will be a link in the show notes. But if you are a paid Patreon member, I sent out yesterday on January 5th a 24-page PDF on how to, with the journaling prompts, other steps to do. Download the exclusive PDF that is available to the paid Patreon. And then take your time with reflection, journaling exercises, do an energy healing meditation. And when you've chosen your word, send it my way if you wish that it be infused with Reiki energy. And let's make 2025 a year of inspiring intention, transformation, and possibility. So before we go, let's just delink. So ask to break the links with this talk, ask to break the Reiki links, leaving only harmony and balance at either ends. Ask to clear any residual energies being held in my body as a result of these links. I ask the light to fill all the voids, solves, rejuvenates, refreshes, revitalizes for the highest good with ease and grace. And so it is. So it is, my friends. Sorry about that. So until next time, my friends, take care, stay inspired, and keep shining your light. Much, much, much love, my friends.